Jake's Treasure, A Journey of Adventure.
Once upon a time, in a quaint seaside village called Harbor Bay, there lived a curious boy named Jake. Jake loved stories about pirates, adventures, and buried treasure. He would often spend his afternoons at the village library, reading tales of brave sailors and mysterious islands. One day, while browsing through an old book, Jake stumbled upon a tattered map tucked between the pages. The map was drawn in faded ink and showed a winding path leading to a big red X on a distant island. Excited, Jake gasped, "This must be a treasure map." Determined to find the treasure, Jake rushed home and gathered his supplies. He packed a small backpack with snacks, a flashlight, a compass, and a notebook to document his adventure. He also borrowed his father's old boat, the Seagull, which had been resting in the backyard for years. The next morning, with the sun shining brightly, Jake set sail toward the island marked on the map. The sea sparkled with the reflection of the sun, and the gentle waves rocked the boat as he navigated through the waters. After a few hours, he spotted the island in the distance. As Jake anchored the Seagull and stepped onto the sandy shore, he felt a rush of excitement. The island was beautiful, filled with tall palm trees, colorful flowers, and the sound of birds singing. But he remembered that pirates were known for their cunning and traps, so he stayed alert. Following the map, Jake trekked through the jungle, dodging vines and avoiding prickly bushes. After a while, he reached a clearing where a strange rock formation stood. The map indicated that this was the spot where he would find clues to the treasure. As Jake examined the rocks, he noticed an inscription carved into one of them: "To find the treasure, heed the call of the tides, where the sun meets the sea at the highest of rides." Confused but intrigued, Jake pondered the riddle. He realized he needed to find a place where the sun would set over the water. With determination, Jake continued his journey around the island. As the day wore on, he finally reached a beautiful beach with golden sand. The sun was beginning to set, casting a warm glow over the water. Jake remembered the riddle and watched as the waves danced in the light. Suddenly, he spotted something shiny partially buried in the sand. Digging with his hands, he uncovered a small, ornate chest. Could this be it? He thought, his heart racing with excitement. He opened the chest, and inside, he found a collection of old coins, shimmering jewels, and a golden compass. But before he could celebrate, a voice boomed from behind him. "Who dares to take my treasure?" Startled, Jake turned around to see a ghostly figure materializing from the trees. It was Captain Blackbeard, the legendary pirate. Jake's heart raced, but he stood his ground. "I'm sorry, Captain. I didn't mean to disturb you. I found this treasure map and wanted to discover the treasure for myself." Captain Blackbeard chuckled, his ghostly form swirling with mist. "A brave young lad you are. But treasure is not just about gold and jewels, it is about the adventure and the stories we create along the way." Jake nodded, understanding the captain's words. "I agree. This treasure is special, but it's the journey that truly matters." The captain smiled, his ghostly face softening. "You have the heart of a true adventurer. Take what you have found, but remember to share your stories with others." With that, Captain Blackbeard vanished into the mist. Filled with gratitude and joy, Jake carefully packed the treasure back into the chest and made his way back to the Seagull. As he sailed home, he thought about the adventure he had experienced. He couldn't wait to share his story with the villagers of Harbor Bay. When he returned, he was greeted with cheers and excitement. The townspeople gathered around, eager to hear about his journey. Jake proudly recounted his adventure, from finding the map to encountering the ghostly pirate. He showed them the treasure he had brought back. But more importantly, Jake shared the lesson he had learned, that the true treasure lay not in gold but in the memories made and the stories shared. Inspired by his tale, the villagers began telling their own stories of adventure and bravery, creating a bond that brought them closer together.
The end.